Hello, and thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Jamie, and today I want to talk about this travel journey that I've been on, just following my intuition about everything. And it's been wild. It's been really amazing, though. Like the things that I've gotten to do, the people that I've met, it's just been a really beautiful experience, and it's a completely different experience than what my mind would have had me doing. And I've landed in a place that wasn't on my radar before I left for Australia on November 1st, and it's now about maybe January 17th or so, 2026. So yeah, it's really interesting. Like I'm now in Hawaii and I from Australia, I had thought before my trip, I had thought maybe Sri Lanka after that. Had a few other places in mind, all other countries, not the US. So, but yeah, in a roundabout way, I got guided here, and I feel like I'm right where I need to be right now, which feels incredible because, um, yeah, like when you follow your intuition, it's like you never know what you're gonna get, you know? And for me, like I've told my spirit what I want. I've set intentions of the kind of people that I want to meet and have in my life, the kind of living that I want, being part of community, and I'm just trusting that my spirit's lining everything up. And it has been in ways that I couldn't have imagined when I started this trip. So yeah, I actually came to this particular island sight unseen. Didn't even look things up too much about it because I wanted to just have my own experience once I got here. You know, in this day and age, you can look up pictures, you can look up videos and all of these different things and research a place to death and know so much about it and see so much about it before you ever even step foot there. And I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to like kick it old school and just go to a place I'd never been and just see it with my own eyes. And so that's what I've done. And I've met just some of the most beautiful people. And ever since I got here, I've been so taken care of by the people that I meet. And I have friends of friends here. So I had a friend who used to live on this island, and she has been amazing in being a messenger for Hawaii, kind of a confirmation of signs I had already been getting, feelings I'd already had. She just kind of confirmed, and it pushed me because she had lived here before and she has friends here. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it, because after I talked to her this one day, I actually felt so excited. And that was my tip off that I needed to do it. So, you know, sometimes it's like we move past that and our minds get involved, or we start overthinking things, or doubt creeps in, and we're quick to like want signs. But the sign is our feeling. Our sign is our feeling. Our intuition leads us with excitement, which is our spirit, our true feeling. And when you follow that, it feels like miracles happen. It feels like magic happens, but it's really just the power of aligning with your own spirit and following your intuition and following it no matter what. No matter what your bank account says, no matter what your mind says, no matter what the people around you say, no matter what your doubts say, all of that comes in is secondary to our intuition. And I knew when I needed to buy the ticket, and I delayed a bit, so I paid a little bit more. That's what happens. So had I bought it right when I felt that, it was actually at a really good cheap price. And I mean, it didn't go up a ton, it didn't price me out, but that it was like I needed that little bit of an increase to really put a fire under me to just like take the action. So once that happened and I had that sinking feeling of like, oh my gosh, what if it goes up even more and I can't go there, I knew I needed to buy the ticket. So, but we don't have to wait for that. We don't have to like allow the fears and doubts. We don't have to go figuring anything out with our minds first. We just have to act on those small, sometimes so small impulses, that excitement that just makes us feel alive. Because like in this journey, I was really like feeling into like where to go next after Australia. And I knew I didn't want to go back to where I had been living, because basically I would have been just reliving the past again, needing to get set up there, and it would have been just very similar to what I've already done. And I know I don't want to repeat past. I want to live new. I want to like create new for myself. So I knew not to do that, but I'd looked into a couple places that just kind of came up, and was also paying attention to weather because I really didn't want to go back to winter right now. And, and then like nothing was really clicking. Nothing really felt exciting. Nothing felt really like it was pulling me there in a big way. It was just kind of like a lackluster feeling until Hawaii came up. And once I was talking to my friend, I actually got excited again, and actually got excited about, the fact that I would be coming back to the US, versus before where I just was kind of like, man, if I had endless money, I would just keep traveling abroad. And yeah, but because of the way everything landed, including financially, it really made me want to come back to the US where I could get a job and work and make money. And then I started looking into like WWOOF opportunities, like homesteads and farms that I could do work trade for to just get me here initially, and just like get involved ideally with a beautiful community that I could then be a part of. But those were all just kind of like, okay, yeah, like I've been wanting to do that for a long time. So I just started looking into it. And it really can be as simple as that. We complicate things a lot of the time. And I showed myself in Pittsburgh that, I started over with like virtually nothing. I had gotten all my stuff down to a carload when I had left and gone there. And I didn't have a place to live. I didn't have a job. I did have family to stay with, which has been different than this experience. Although honestly, I highly recommend just winging life, going somewhere you haven't been. If you're feeling to move to a place, just doing it, because, I was able to line up an Airbnb, and the man there running it was so kind and had me help flip rooms, and was even offering for me to be able to stay on his couch. And then I got accepted into this homestead opportunity where I'm at now. So all lined up perfectly, and I didn't sweat it. And I'm better now able to stay at Point Zero as an observer, which has made a huge life-changing difference to my experience, because I had been having a bunch of like anxiety and worry coming up as I was like kind of feeling into what to do next. And then like an HK practice day landed on my path in a way that was just completely, you can't make it up, where I knew I needed to go to that, and that my spirit was nudging me to go to that. And plus I knew I had some big things coming up, because the way I was feeling was just not good. Like so much worry, so much fear. And anyway, I went and cleared all of that, and cleared some things around boundaries and staying at Point Zero. And here I am. Like, I got to the airport on this island, and my flight kept getting delayed before that. So I kept not knowing how I was going to get to my Airbnb. And a friend came through, the one who had lived here, and like messaged all of her friends. Anyway, one of her friends picked me up at the airport, and it's just been magic since. And it's because I'm just like not worrying about it. Like, I now know to my core that I'm just being taken care of. And magic is already lined up in the people that I'm meeting and the way things have gone. So I just keep expecting more magic, and to meet just the best, most open-hearted, kind, genuine people. And that's exactly the kind of people that are crossing my path right now. So it's really beautiful, and I feel to stay here. And I haven't even seen the beach. I haven't even gone and seen the volcano. I haven't, like... Anyway, you sometimes don't need to when something just feels right. And I've had so many synchronicities, like so many synchronicities. And I've met someone and made friends with someone who has had very similar life experiences to me, which the combo of things is, you just can't make it up. You just can't make it up. So I know I'm right where I'm meant to be right now. And it's beautiful, because I've been living in a lot of isolation before now, doing the inner work and really honing this ability to know what my intuition is versus other things outside of me, or my own fear or ego or things like that. And it's put me on this path to just the most beautiful people. And they say, that everything kind of lines up like at your at your frequency, you know, that you get what you are and that you just have to keep going. And I gotta say, if you're watching this right now, keep going. It doesn't matter if you're alone right now, because you know what? I've been shown that if you keep going and you keep doing the inner work and becoming more and more aware of your own patterns and programming, and then making choices that go against those, that put you outside of those, that change your reality by changing how you're showing up. And when you follow your intuition about everything, those little bits of excitement, joy, and you follow the little synchronicities, and you just say yes to things that show up for you, your people will in time show up. And it's blown my mind, like how common, it's blown my mind just like the commonalities that I've had with the people that are landing on my path, like, which allows us to connect in a deeper way, because it's like, talk about understanding what you've been through, right? And I've never had anyone be able to do that with so many of things in my path, like with chronic health issues, or talking to somebody nonverbal with 100% telepathy. And there's someone here that has done those things, has had those same things in his life. So anyway, it's just really beautiful. So follow your intuition, follow those little nudges of joy, because they're taking you to everything that you've asked for. I hope you have a beautiful day.